which I think is a very fun one that these students will have a good time talking about, is college life. So what happens after you get through the admissions process, you selected your college, college life. That's everything that everyone's here is either experienced for a year or is either graduated. So we're going to kick it off with Karen to introduce us to college life.
All right. So we just kind of threw a lot of information at you guys, and the college admissions process is pretty stressful, and there's like a lot of things going on. High school in general, there's a lot of things going on, and it's really easy to kind of lose sight of what all of this is about. But ultimately, your college experience is your 4 years to develop yourself, and not just 4 years. Setting yourself up for your future life of developing yourself to become like kind of the person you want to be. And I think we're just going to end this last part very quickly with some personal anecdotes about what I think people have gotten a lot out of in their college experience, and an extension of high school, and how like they've developed as a person. So.
Hi. Okay, so one of the coolest things about college is that you're gonna have like a crazy and like awesome opportunities for you to pursue, and because it's fresh on my mind, I really want to talk about study abroad. I was in Hong Kong last fall, and so I was there from September, and I just got home for winter break. And I'm just gonna share a few reasons about why it was my favorite semester to date, and why I think you guys should all study abroad as well. First and foremost, living in another country gives you exposure to a completely new culture, which means that I got to try all sorts of new foods and explore new places, and you get to adjust to like a different style of life. Every country has its own unique holidays and traditions, and there's like rules and laws that you have to learn, and overall you just learn to be more open-minded about cultures that aren't exactly the same as your own. So I also used my time when I was studying abroad to travel. Since I was in Hong Kong, I went around Southeast Asia. I went to Malaysia, Thailand, Vietnam, and of course I went back to China as well. And I know that if you study abroad in Europe, there's plenty of opportunity to visit other cities and countries as well. So traveling is really fun, and it's like a really, really great opportunity for you to travel with a bunch of other kids your own age. In terms of academics, I thought that going abroad offered a really unique insight into different countries' school experience, because every country is different from the way that people that view universities to the way they conduct classes. And so during my program, I was lucky enough to meet people from all over the world, Americans, Europeans, Asians, like you name it. And so by working with these kinds of people, you learn to see that like everyone has different ways of studying, ways of working, and you kind of get exposed to different things, like even like more expensive than at your own college. It's also like a really great chance to take classes like politics or maybe history from a different perspective than the one that you're used to, if you're interested in that. And of course, if you want to work on your language skills, studying abroad is a really great time for that. I didn't really get much practice with my Cantonese because I don't speak Cantonese in Hong Kong. But if you wanted to study abroad in like Spain, you could work on your Spanish, and that would be really great as well. So lastly, living in a foreign country on your own leads to self-discovery. I don't think, not every moment of my semester was just packed with fun, and actually in the beginning I thought it was quite hard getting adjusted to a new life. But I think that I've become a better person because of it, and I finally understand now why people say that your semester abroad is one of the most worthwhile experiences of your college career, and I couldn't agree more. I would encourage everyone to study abroad, whether it's just for a summer or a semester or even a whole year, because I think it will truly change your life.
Hey guys, so I think I'd have two main pieces of advice for people going to college. The first has to do with exploring, majors and also extracurriculars. Like Willie said, a lot of Asians aren't exposed to things like Boy Scouts as when they're young, so I never considered myself an outdoorsy type when I was little. And going to college, there's a pre-orientation program called Outdoor Action, where we stay in the woods and live there for a week, poop outside, everything like that. And it was a new experience. I'd never really tried that out. And It got me interested. So last year I was part of the support team that just helped out with operations. And this year I decided to get CPR certified, wilderness first aid certified. I'm leading a trip of freshmen into the woods doing the same thing. For majors, I thought I was going to go into college econ, and it wasn't until I went to a talk by a woman who's running to be the first female president of Afghanistan that I considered international affairs. Like, I realized that's something I was much more interested in. I was 95% sure going into college I'd be econ, but turns out I just hadn't really explored different options. And so really explore in every way possible. And the second piece of advice would probably be that the people you meet are the most important. Most of the parents in this room probably don't remember everything they learned in college in their classes, but what they do remember are the people that they met, the friendships that they made. I've made some of the best friends that I have now in the past year, and in 1.5 years I've learned more from them and from my classes than I did in 4 years in high school and previous years before that. So people really meet different people. It'll amaze you like what people have done, and open yourself up to new experiences.